everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to the Pikeville City Commissioners Report. Today, Steve Hartsock, Allison Powers, Pikeville City Commissioners join us to sit down and talk about all the events and wonderful things that are happening in and around the city of Pikeville. Good day to you both.
Hey, Jill. So good to see you.
Such a pleasure when we all can get together and sit down and talk about the work that you do for the city of Pikeville and our residents and our tourists that come in. We are always so busy with activities and events going on. So we're going to talk about some things that have happened over the past few weeks and highlight some events that are coming up so people can mark their calendars in the next few weeks. One of the things, Allison, and I'll start with you, that we have seen change a little bit over the last few weeks is the renaming of the East Kentucky Expo Center to Appalachian Wireless Arena. And it's really, as is with anything, change is a little hard to get used to.
Yes.
So we really want to talk a little bit about the renaming of the property and remind everyone to refer to it as what it is now, which is Appalachian Wireless Arena.
Yes, absolutely. And this change for me, the name change is exciting. I think it really makes it sound a solid, good name in our community, and I love that they represent and help support the arena. So it did take a little bit to get used to that name, but now I call it the arena all the time. So
it is Paul Bowles, general manager at the arena, jokingly said when we started that every time you called it the expo, that you would put $1 in the jar and then we'd have a big pizza party to remind everyone of what to call it. But it is hard. But the new signs are up. Appalachian Wireless Arena. If you haven't seen it at night, it really is remarkable, and certainly a large footprint and beautiful piece in our downtown area. We talk about the arena being one of our jewels in the city of Pikeville, and certainly now with it all lit up at night is really a nice sight to see. One of our other places that we celebrate in the downtown area is Dueling Barrels, Steve. And I know you have been in a lot of events at Dueling Barrels, and we've taken tours, and a lot of people come in to see it every year, or in the last year. But we just recently celebrated their 1-year anniversary.
Yes, it's still hard to believe that it's been a year already.
Yeah.
I was down there that evening, and I tell you, I think the whole 2nd Street is going to take on a new look here very soon with some work we're going to be doing outside the App Center. And their 2nd Street is going to be the place to be coming soon.
We in my position, I talk to people all the time that are wanting to relocate or locate their businesses in main downtown, on Main Street or 2nd Street. But it really is, I don't know how many people I get through the office each week that talk about the revitalization projects that are going on 2nd Street, and how many people are wanting to come in and park their cars and walk up and down and visit the businesses and the distillery and restaurants that we have. So I think you're right. I think it really is going to become the place to be.
Yes, we have some great businesses up and down 2nd Street, and they all work good together at the events. It's a great time for them to showcase what they got along with their events, and it's a great time.
Certainly so. One of the main staples of 2nd Street, Allison, is the Appalachian Center for the Arts, formerly Johnny Wiley Theater. And it's operating as part of Appalachian Wireless Arena, but there are so many things planned at the app, as we call it.
Yes, I'm so excited about this theater downtown, and we have so many fun things coming. But one thing we were talking earlier that kind of came to mind about our downtown 2nd Street area revitalizing and evolving and looking beautiful is all the lights that we have out now. And it's interesting to see all the people on Facebook that are taking pictures, because it's so beautiful down there. The lights twinkling at night. Some of the professional photographers are taking pictures at Dueling Barrels, so it really is beautiful. But the theater is another great addition. We just finished up the $1 Million Quartet, and that was phenomenal. I know we had a couple of sold-out nights. It was really exciting, and it has some new things coming. I know Frozen, Disney Junior is going to be coming up for the kids, and then also Sally McCoy, which is one I'm really interested in seeing, because I love that Hatfield McCoy history.
Yeah, Sally McCoy going on right now. Robin Irwin is absolutely remarkable. I mean, I really don't know any other way to put it. She is obviously our director at the Appalachian Center for the Arts, but is an accomplished actress herself, and is absolutely spot on when it comes to explaining the story and really getting in character and explaining that part of our history. It's something that you definitely need to see, but not only for, you mentioned Frozen coming up, Disney's Frozen, going to be great for the kids, but also we're using that venue as a concert venue for a couple of different things coming up.
That is, it's a couple different purposes, like you were saying, for the theater shows and also for some music. And some that are coming up is singer-songwriter, and this is actually on September 22nd, is Daryl Scott. He's going to be there, and several other people. There's going to be a tribute to Conway and Loretta, which that'll be really fantastic. And the thing that I really love is that, in particular, since Robin has been here, we have had so many different plays and concerts already there. There's always something going on at the app. And so that's one of the biggest changes I've noticed since Robin's been there.
It really is a diverse a way of looking at things, because like you said, there are concerts, there are theatrical productions, there are musical productions, like you said with Million Dollar Quartet. That was absolutely one of the best musical shows that I've ever seen, and I've been to Broadway and been in Chicago, but really is the caliber of acts and opportunities that they are bringing into the app is something that could certainly be applauded, and we look forward to many more things to come. Also, Street Corner Symphony is coming also, and you mentioned Loretta Lynn and Conway Twitty tribute. It's Trey Twitty and Taylor Lynn, and they are the grandchildren of Conway and Loretta, and I'm told that when they get into character and they start to sing, it is remarkable how familiar it will be for everyone who loves those two country music legends. So certainly looking forward to that. Tickets are on sale now, by the way, at the Community Trust Bank box office that you can find within inside the arena. Steve, we always talk about opportunities for tourism and different things that go on. And this past couple weeks ago, we had our 3rd annual duck float on the Levisa Fork, and that was a lot of fun for people who attended.
Yes, just like you say, it was the 3rd annual, and it gives people an opportunity to go down if they've never done it and float on the river and just make a special day out of it, and something they can just keep doing besides just that day.
Yeah.
And I actually participated in that float, and it was so much fun. It was my son and I and a friend of mine, and we just went down. Weren't in a hurry. We took our time. It was about an hour and a half that it took. Some people were faster, some people were slower, some were just floating. And then at the end, there was a big barbecue with food that was provided, and it was all free.
Yeah.
It was free to float, free unless you had a rental for the kayak. We had our own kayaks, but so much fun for people to do.
I think one of the things about the duck float that is so appealing for so many people is, it is a race, but you don't have to hurry. You can be there and enjoy your time and float at your own pace. And it's definitely something that, as we talk all the time about being family friendly, it is something that, kids of a certain age, even the younger ones, can get on and start to develop a love and also respect for the river and the water, and be able to participate in something that's a little bit different, maybe with their families that they hadn't done before. We are just coming off of, Steve, our first official visit to the Kentucky State Fair, that the City of Pikeville Tourism team got together, and really everyone within the city that promotes tourism and promotes the things that we have to offer. We had our own booth at the Kentucky State Fair, and it was really exciting. So we're going to recap a little bit of the State Fair.
Well, you said team, and that's what this was a team effort. And all of you guys went down to Louisville. You showcased what we have to offer here in the city of Pikeville and surrounding area too, because we like people come into Pike County, stay here in Pikeville, but y'all did a tremendous job showcasing what we have to offer.
It was 10 days of very hard, long days for our staff that was there. But I'll tell you, they came back and they were telling everyone that it's the best way that we've ever been able to promote tourism here. Over 600,000 people attend the Kentucky State Fair, so getting our message in front of that many people is certainly a fantastic way to show them what we have to offer. I know, Allison, you were there to visit, and what was your experience like while you were there?
Well, my boys and I were able to go, and my son's actually there in college right now, so we got him and had him come over, and I'd never been to the State Fair before, and I'm sad to say I had not been, because it was really a phenomenal experience.
First trip too.
Yeah. And I'm going to go next year. And, we walked up and down every city that was represented, and they all did a great job. But really, Pikeville stood out, and I was really proud of that. The crew that put that together, and they were there from 9 a.m. or earlier till 9 p.m. It was a long day, and never complained. They did a fantastic job, I got to say. And one interesting thing, I'm sure you all know this, is that before they went, they actually set it up in the arena on the floor just to make sure. I don't know if you helped with that or not, Jill. You probably did. And I was so impressed by that, because they wanted to get down there and just know what to do, where to put it, and how to do it, and they did, and it looked great.
A lot of thought and effort and teamwork and brainstorming went into the way that display was made up. We tried to showcase all components of what we have in the city of Pikeville, and certainly the arena is the anchor of all of that. So on one end of our booth, there was a stage. A mini stage stood up, and we had the cutouts of Dwight Yoakam, Chris Stapleton, and
cute,
so many families, especially kids, got to come in and take pictures with those superstars and act as if they were performing the concert too. So it was beautiful. And then also we had the mannequins from the museum that they allowed us to borrow and have on display there. And you can't believe the number of people that stopped at the booth, saw the mannequins, and wanted to go up and take pictures, because there is such an interest in the Hatfield-McCoy story, as we well know, but from people all over the state, and even all over the United States, that come in that saw the mannequins there of Randolph and Devilance, and you could go up, and they're so lifelike, And then we had a display with some information from Dueling Barrels, and had the full screen set up of different video that have been shot in downtown to showcase really what our town looks like, because unless you can see that or have initially walked the streets of Pikeville, you don't realize how beautiful it is until you really put foot to pavement to see what beautiful space we have here. So Kentucky State Fair was a big accomplishment and a big task that was well done, and we're already planning for next year and hoping that everyone...
Bigger and better.
Bigger and better, absolutely. We talk a lot about adventure tourism. We mentioned the duck float. Steve and I were talking just a few moments ago. You participated. But we have Zip Paddle Saddle still at the top of Bob Amos Park, and it is ran by Muddy Boots LLC. But I want to talk a little bit about that offering, what the two of you have seen of people participating there, and what it really offers to our region.
One of the things, this is a recent thing that just happened. We had a group from California that came in this past weekend, and we really wanted to showcase our area in Pikeville. And one of the things they did, they ziplined, and they did it just yesterday on Sunday. And I contacted Buddy Boots, and they were right on it and instantly said, "Yep, bring them on. We'll set up a time and we'll get them going." And so it was easy. They loved it. They were excited to do it. And so I love that we have those kind of things available in our area. Fun things for people to do that live here and that come in from out of town, out of state.
Yeah, and if you haven't participated, we encourage our local community to go and to take part and to kind of see what it is, because the best way to promote our area is word of mouth from our own community members. And if you've been up there and reluctantly or not been on the zip line, I mean, I was there at one point, and it is one of those things where it's a little nerve-wracking at first, but once you get up there and you start to literally fly through the mountains, it is something that really takes your breath away. Another one of our events, we're going to kind of piggyback and go back and forth here a little bit. Appalachian Wireless Arena hosts so many different events throughout the year, Steve. And recently in August, we had the Pikeville Comic and Toy Convention in the arena, heavily attended show.
Yes, thousands come in. It's not just for kids. Kids love it, but a lot of grown-ups, they go down there, you can stay, you can make a day of it, and I think that's what attracts people down there. You're not on no schedule, really. You go see what you want when you want.
Absolutely. And another big event that we host yearly is the SOAR Conference, SOAR Innovation Conference this year. Over 1,000 people were in town for the 2-day event, and it really, I think, really speaks to the type of people and the type of events that we can put on at the arena, but also that they choose Pikeville to host their event every year.
Yes, you can get your entrepreneurs to come in. It's just a place for a lot of great minds to be together, discuss what's going on in the area, what we want to go on in the area, and it's just a great place to be for a couple days.
It was a busy time. I got to attend myself, and it was so neat to see all of the different people and the different businesses that come into our area that are taking advantage of what we have to offer and the facility that we have. But to be able to get together and really network and talk about what is the very best thing for our region, something we can be proud of to host that kind of event.
There's
here.
a lot of ideas under one roof at one time.
Yeah.
And you can get things done that way.
A lot of very influential people, like you said, under one roof at one time. The governor and Congressman Rogers were here. We had a wonderful keynote by Dan Rooney, who was just a remarkable pilot that has some wonderful stories.
Yes, actually, I met him the night before the SOAR conference, and he is amazing. He's an amazing person.
Yeah,
He
his
really
story is fantastic.
It is.
It really is. Also, we're going to, like I said, we're going to go back and forth. Running events in the city of Pikeville are something, Allison, that I know is near and dear to you. You are an avid runner, and
I just ran this morning.
Outdoor enthusiast. So it's remarkable to me to see the number of running events and races, 5Ks, 10Ks. You know, we're getting ready for the Rough Tough Cuss coming up. That is really a fun event. So let's just kind of go over some of the things that are coming
Sure.
up.
Well, I'll tell you just in general, I love seeing all the running and health and fitness. Just taking my son to the elementary school one morning, I saw 9 people running just in the morning and 3 cyclists. And I thought, wow, how fantastic is that? You know, when we live in an area with high obesity and high diabetes, it's really great that people are putting a focus on that. And part of that is resulting in all the 5Ks and the different running events that you see. The one that's coming up actually this weekend is the Rough Tough Race Series. And this is a really fun race series I've helped with in the past. But it's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday event. And so on Friday, it's a 2-mile speed run. So you have 2 miles that you just go out as fast as you can or walk it all, just whatever you're comfortable doing. And then on Saturday is an obstacle course race where it kind of combines strength and agility with running or walking. If you want to walk it, you can do that certainly. And then Saturday is the big event, the coup de grace, which is the half marathon that we do in Pikeville. And there's only a couple of half marathons in Eastern Kentucky, and one is located here in Pikeville, so I'm very proud of that. Just briefly, we have the VFW run, which is to support our veterans. Nathan Sesko and those guys are very active and involved in our community, and we really appreciate that. Also, Pikeville Pink is a 5K that's coming up. That typically is our most participated in 5K, so if you want to come out and walk, you can run. There's a 1-mile option, something really for everybody. And then a new one in town, which I'm really excited about this and also helping a little bit with this, is the Bear the 99 5K. And so this is a 5K that UPike is putting on. And they are actually going to have runners go up the 99. So this will be...
Steve, do I need to register you for that?
Already.
You already registered.
That's right. You're the first one, right? I also registered. I'm really excited about it. In the race community, we call them inaugural races. It's the first ever. And so if you want to sign up, do that now. Go sign up. You can find the registration link on Facebook to get the first ever inaugural Bear the 99 medal, which is really something, and t-shirt, which is really exciting.
You know, for years, as long as the 99 have been there, people have used that as their exercise outlet. So why not go ahead and have a race that requires you to go up and down the 99 as part of
and it does it at the
race.
end, so you're already tired.
So it really is going to push you to your
I
limit.
use the elevator there a lot.
That's
There
right.
may be some people that do that.
That's
Maybe we
right.
need somebody guarding the elevator.
Also, not only running, but we're becoming a biking community, and that's something I know that you enjoy. And a lot of people are really leaning towards cycling and biking, and we have some of those events require you to bike a little bit, but we also have the Bikeways project that we're working on now in the city.
Absolutely. And you know, one of the reasons that cycling is important to our community, to any community, is not everybody can run. You know, some people have bad knees, and so it's a really great alternative to be able to get out and enjoy the weather, enjoy a beautiful downtown, and still exercise. But the bike plan that's coming, I'm really excited about this. There's a whole group of us, the community, cycling community, that's really excited about it, and we really appreciate all the work that's gone into making this happen. But in a nutshell, we will have a bike plan for the city, and that will include bike signs, which are very important. And it's called sharrows. It's really kind of a painting of a bike and arrows, so-called sharrows on the roads. And it really lets motorists know cyclists are allowed to be here. So a big part of it is educating cyclists and motorists both. So motorists will know if you see cyclists, they have a legal right to be there. And they're usually, the state law actually is that you can pass around them if it's clear, but you have to give a 3 to 4 foot leadway between the cyclists. So that way the cyclists feel safe. So it's going to be signs, the sharrows, and it's also going to be bike shelters, which is just fantastic. This is really above and beyond that the city is doing. These were going to be in case it rains. If you're walking, you're caught out in the rain, you can get in the shelter. That's happened to me before. But also there's going to be a place to put your bike. There are going to be bike racks at some of these shelters. And there's also going to be bike repair stations. And what this is really cool. This is a very nice touch. Say you get a flat tire and you're out biking, you obviously aren't walking around with a pump on your bike, you know, so you can go to one of these stations and fill fill up temporarily and go on your way to get home. So it's
Certainly
very
something
exciting.
for everyone, and we really are becoming a fitness-minded community, and just one more way that we're making sure that everyone is taken care of, and that we have those opportunities. One of the opportunities that we have for things to do, Stephen, I know you love this, I love this, and Allison, you're there, is Main Street Live. And we're getting into the time of year where it's not, well, at least for the last few, we're hoping it's not going to be, but it's not going to be so hot. The past few weeks have been excruciatingly hot, but the fall months is when I really love to go to Main Street Live because it cools down a little bit at night, and it's just so beautiful there on the plaza. So we still have several more to go.
We have had a great season of Main Street Live. The weather has really cooperated a lot this year. I think we had to take one inside, and that's another thing. You know, weather is out of the picture. If it rains, we take it inside.
Right.
And the bands, the people at the expo or the arena, they have worked really hard this year, making sure everything's in place. Everyone's had a great time with it. We have one this Friday night. And Allison, speaking of runs, I don't do one this Friday night. It ends at the Billy Johnson stage, so they'll give out the medals and things there. So expecting a big crowd.
Absolutely. We also have one coming up on October 4th and October 18th as we get into one of my favorite months because the leaves are really in full color, and we're hoping that we get that this year. We've had such an issue with the lack of rain, so we're hoping that those colors stay as we know that they can be.
Well, you know, the weather's cooling off, but our events are heating up.
That's exactly right.
We've got a lot planned.
Speaking of heating up too, wine tasting and retail gating, Steve. This is an event that our Main Street program puts on, going to be Saturday, September 28th, noon to 6. And speaking of getting bigger and better every year, Minta Trimble and her board at Main Street do a phenomenal job of making really fun, really unique, different events. But this is just one of those that has really taken off.
Yes, they do it and you can spend all day down there on Saturdays. It's a great time for the vendors to come and the businesses we got down there to showcase their products out on the sidewalks, and they just have a great time with it.
They really do, and I do want to mention Rising Sun Winery. They're originally from our area, out of our area now, but are coming back home to showcase their wine. Beer garden and tasting features dueling barrels and their craft beer line. And then there's going to be an art bar, too, outside of Rustic Roots. And a lot of different things that you're going to be able to just park and walk our 2D area. The idea is that the merchants, Mickey's, Art and Gift, Rustic Roots, CC Bell, all bring their merchandise outside for like a tailgating event, but it's a retailgating, and then you have the opportunity to have some spirits if you like, and do a little wine tasting and beer tasting too. So that's a lot of fun. Mark your calendars. And then
that's September 28th.
28th,
Right? Can I add one thing? Another thing going on in Pikeville that morning, same day, September 28th, is the second annual Farmers Bike Ride. I can't leave that out. But there's so much going on in Pikeville. We have a bike ride that morning, we have the wine test, and there's something else going on that evening. So it's going to be a great day. And that's September 28th at 9 a.m. is the bike ride. It starts at Farmers Market. And then you can leave there and go to the wine tasting downtown, and then the event that's happening that night. I'm not sure, there's so many.
I always tell people, if you honestly think you can say there's nothing to do, I need to hook you up with our Visit Pikeville app, which we'll talk about in just a minute, so you can see everything that's going on, because everything is listed and you can share it back and forth so it can be on your calendar. We do want to mention that October 24th, one of my favorite events that we do in the city of Pikeville is Nightmare on Main, and that is a safe trick-or-treat for thousands and thousands of children, Steve.
Yes, I hope the kids have as good a time as we do putting it on, but thousands of kids and their parents come that night, and that morning we have one for the special needs kid, and that's well attended. And that's just a joy to go watch them get to do the things that the kids that night get to do. And it's their own special time.
Yeah, it really is. And what I love is that the commission dresses up normally. Now, is that something that I'm going to see again this year? Yes,
Sure.
both of you need to shake your head.
What are you dressing up as, Steve?
It's a secret.
Myself.
No, it is a wonderful time, and Jimmy and all the guys at the arena do such a remarkable job, and it's just one of the things that we offer to our community, and it is free. and you do it for the kids during the day, but that evening when the kids start lining up, and there's going to be some new things that those who are there can participate in this year. So really excited about that. Look for more information on that as we get just a little bit closer
One
into the
thing,
month of October.
we know the long lines outside and stuff, so nobody needs to worry about getting turned away or us closing the door at a certain time. If you're in line, you're coming in.
And you're getting that
So
great
you're
candy.
getting the candy.
Absolutely. As we almost run out of time, let's go over a few more things that are going to be at the arena. Janis Joplin, A Night with Janis Joplin, that is going to take place September 30th. And a rock show is coming.
Yes. A lot of people around here have been wanting some rock shows. So the guys at the arena, they have listened. They're going to give us what we want now. So let's everybody just come out and enjoy this, and let's support everybody at the arena.
Yeah, Black Label Society going to be there October 2nd. Also, Hoptoberfest, their annual craft beer festival, going to be October 5th with over 80 craft beers from all over the globe. And I was told that there could be a chance there could be more than 80 this year. So that is something that you need to mark your calendars for. Allison, you mentioned earlier things going on at the Appalachian Center for the Arts, like Sally McCoy, Daryl Scott, and then the tribute to Conway and Loretta. But I know that you use our tourism app all the time. Visit Pikeville. All you got to do is download it, and it tells you just about everything you need to know.
I love that app. I like to have apps. We all love the apps. Everything's on the app nowadays. But this really is a great app because you can pick the day, say you have somebody coming in, or you just wanted to find something to do that day, and click on it, and it'll pull up all the different events that are going on.
Certainly so. And the last thing,
easy.
the visitor center inside the arena, you can find everything you need in there. If you want Pikeville merchandise, if you want to find out what's going on, if you want to buy your tickets, you just hop around the corner to the Community Trust Bank box office and get your tickets firsthand.
There you go.
All right. Guys, thank you so much for your time. And it's always fun to get together and talk about the work that you all do for the city and things that we have going on. We want to invite everybody to our commission meetings that are completely open to the public. And don't forget, if you want to find out what is going on in the city of Pikeville, all you got to do is go to visitpikeville.com or download the app on your phone to make sure that you never miss one single solitary event.
Easy as that.
There you go.
Steve
That's it.
Hartsock, Allison Powers, thanks so much for your time.
Thank
Glad
you,
to be here.
Jill.
This has been the Pikeville City Commissioners Report. Thank you so much for joining us.